Hey yo, what is up people? Techsav here, back with a new video this week. So this week, we're gonna check out the iPhone 6s in 2018. Let's go!
Swag, bitch.
So firstly, I wanted to apologize to you guys again for uploading late this week. But the good thing, I'm back to work. And let's get going, guys. So the iPhone 6s in 2018. First, we'll talk about the design. Basically, it's the same design as the iPhone 6 with your volume rockers on the left, those huge bezels along with the screen on the front, and the power button and the SIM tray on the right. The only new physical feature of this phone is this beautiful rose gold color. Now let's talk about the display. The iPhone 6s features a 4.7-inch panel with Apple's Retina HD display with IPS technology. It has a resolution of 1334 by 750 with a pixel density of 326 pixels per inch and a contrast ratio of 1400:1. The screen looks quite good in terms of its age. The colors are nice and watching content on this device is quite a good experience. Now, the biggest change that Apple made in the 6s after the 6 is the 3D touch feature. That means the screen is pressure sensitive and you can tap to open an app or press a bit harder to reveal more options for the app. The application of 3D touch varies throughout the device and you can do a lot with it. You can 3D touch a link and it will give you a glance of the content. You can 3D touch to increase or decrease the power of your flashlight, and the list goes on. So, have you ever been in a situation in which you're typing a long message and you want to edit a part of it, so you move your cursor to that position very precisely by dragging it on the screen? Those days are gone, guys. With 3D touch, you can press your keyboard just a little bit harder to convert it into a trackpad. And voila! Now you can move your cursor all around the screen and edit that part which you have always wanted to. The 3D touch functionality is possible due to the presence of a pressure sensitive layer which is embedded underneath the display, which helps the device to know whether you're tapping the screen or pressing it. Now let's check out the specs and performance of this device. The iPhone 6s packs the A9 chipset from Apple with a 64-bit architecture and the M9 Motion coprocessor. Performance of the device is really good in today's date. The A9 chip was the most efficient chip when it was released back on 25th of September 2015. That was 3 years back, but it still runs very well with sufficient speed. Apps open quite fast and runs smoothly, and the overall performance of the device is really up to the mark in 2018, even if you are doing heavy tasks. This device is running on Apple's latest firmware, that is 11.3, and the version number is 15E216. This specific iOS 11 update has improved the performance of the device greatly. RAM management is also great on this device as it packs 2GB of RAM, which is more than enough for an iPhone. Also, it is an upgrade from its predecessor, the iPhone 6, which only packs a gigabyte of RAM. So, the overall performance of the device is quite good considering the price after 3 years of its launch. The battery life is also great and you can run this device for a full day with heavy and light usage. If you want to check out the device, I will drop the links down in my description box below. Now it's time for the most loved element of an iPhone, the cameras. The iPhone 6s has a 12 megapixel camera on the rear and a 5 megapixel shooter on the front. The rear camera has an aperture of f2.2 with live focus. It has a dual tone flash and auto HDR for photos. As additional features, it also has auto face detection and geotagging for both rear and front cameras. The pictures taken on this device looks quite amazing, guys. On the video side, this device can record up to 4K at 30 frames per second. As you can see, I am recording a video which is at 4K. It is the highest resolution this device can get. It can also record at 1080p at 30 or 60 frames per second, or slow-mo videos in 1080p at 120 fps or 720p at 240 fps. The cameras are a big upgrade for this device after the iPhone 6, which only has an 8 megapixel rear camera and a mere 1.2 megapixel front camera. The pictures taken on this device are really sharp and crispy with natural and accurate colors. Also, this device is really good for video recording as it provides 4K recording, and when it was released by Apple, not a lot of mobile devices could record at 4K. Apart from these, there is a time-lapse mode with auto stabilization, and while taking normal pictures, it has the live photos button on the top, which when enabled takes 1.5 seconds of footage before and after taking a picture, and you can view the picture as a video by 3D pressing in the Photos app. The last section is what I like to call the additionals. Here I will talk about the additional features of the device. The iPhone 6s is a thin device but not as thin as its predecessor. This is 7.1mm in width, whereas the iPhone 6 was 6.9mm. After the iPhone 6 bend gate, Apple lost much of their stock value, and thus they fixed the issue by using a harder and stronger material, that is the 7000 series aluminium. Apple introduced the 2nd gen Touch ID with this device, and it is still used in the latest iPhone 8 and 8 Plus. The 2nd gen Touch ID is blazing fast and much better than the 1st gen. And last but not the least, this is Apple's last generation of iPhones with our beloved jack. So to wrap up today's video, I would say if you are looking to buy an Apple device right now and cannot afford the latest ones, you can easily buy this phone as it packs all the key features of Apple and also will get the latest firmware updates from Apple for more than 2 years. So that's it for today guys. Hope you liked the video. If you liked it, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to my channel as I come up with tech videos weekly. Until next time then, peace out.